The more you try to keep me down and keep my head above the water, you can never hold me down. The more you try to block me out, that's where I kick the wall down. You can never hold me back. The more you try to put me out, the more I'll be blazing, it's too hot. The more you try to put me in the dirt, increase my work, the expert. You see the hunger in the eyes of a survivor.
Hey everybody, tonight I'm hanging out with Big Al. I'm gonna throw him up on the screen. What's wild is I had a whole lot of things. Hey darling, hey, how's it going?
What's going on?
Oh, not too much.
Hey, we here, y'all. Hey, I've been in a lot of y'all ear. I've been talking a whole lot, telling y'all I was gonna be up here because this ain't never happened to me. Hey, look, check this out. It's gonna be an experience. It's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
You finna see what a genuine conversation when the live cut on look like.
You had me sitting.
Hey, I'm not saying they don't do it, but I do mine different.
It's a Thursday night. It's Casey with Pinecase tonight. I'm hanging out with Big LA. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, the founder of Real Talk No BS. You know what? When we talk about people with no sense of like putting caps on anything but like talking real shit, I appreciate you so much. You're out there, you're doing big things. And then I got an email and was like, holy shit. Like, I mean, it doesn't matter how far I go back.
I'm just me. Yeah. No matter who you ask, I've always been me. I'm always me. I give more of myself than what I expect. I've always been that way. I give you $1,000. The most I might ask you for is a plate one day when I'm hungry. Right. You know, like you treat me right, I treat you better. Personal, whatever's, that's cool. Business.
But those are the examples that we're trying to set out here. Like when we started Pinecase, and I've been talking about when I started Pinecase, the truth is like when Calico and I started Pinecase, because she's been in it for a while now, we talked about what we wanted, you know, the words and the situation to look like, because we were a single mom, we got boys, like, you know, we got nephews and nieces and, you know, god kids out here, and you know, we come across people like you who go through some things, but then come out of it being like, we're just regular folk doing decent things. And I think that holds more weight than people that are out here being like, look at this, you know, it's like, listen, we need real people out here. And I couldn't help but feel like you were one of those, you know, one of those human beings. Like, I'm proud to have you on here. I'm super excited to see what, you know.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you having me on. Hey, this is my second platform of doing an interview.
Right.
One was the Roosevelt Show. And that brand and that crew of people over there, they do so much to inspire and make sure that their people are taken care of and done the right way. I swear it's unmatched, almost unmatched.
Wow.
Like I said, I'm just me. Me. I've been doing this for a while. I started doing motivational shorts. Wake up Wednesday, make it happen Monday, you know, talk about it Tuesday. I did that. And then I fell into what we call today podcasting.
Right.
Of the topics and the conversations and the antics and the whole nine. Mm. My thing has always been, if I can help at least 10 people, I'm good with 10 people.
I love that.
For real, I'm humble. Like, don't nobody owe me nothing. Don't nobody owe me nothing. Don't nobody got to come check out my show. Don't nobody got to view my content. None of that. Right. So if at least 10 people, hey, y'all check me out and it helps y'all, man, hey, look, hey, you know what? I did my one too.
But isn't that the beautiful thing that like the internet has given us like so much, you know, craziness, so much grief, so much like the way that they serve us information, but it's also brought us this really amazing kind of like in your basement, we get to hang out with each other the way that, you know, the folks used to do it back in the day, right? Like when we're talking about like, oh, someone was on my sound. Like I was listening to my grandpa talk the other day and he was just like talking about packing his speakers around, right, to like the house parties. And I'm like, that's the thing. I feel like podcast is bringing that feeling back to like what it is
Oh
to
yeah.
have a community and have people around you.
Okay. The pandemic did one thing. It gave everybody the opportunity to get closer in a different form.
True.
Can nobody go outside?
Right.
Or I can only go outside if I had a job or at a certain time. Like, so now I'm on the screen with you. We talking like this. I'm talking to you like this while I'm taking out my trash, while I'm my dishes, while I'm cooking, everything.
Yeah.
So,
It became more intimate, right? It became more intimate in a sense. Like, you know, we were all segregated to our houses, but I don't ever remember, you know, saving that space to have conversations with my people the way I did when COVID was happening. All of a sudden, like, you know, video chats that was the absolute norm. That was the standard. And it was definitely wasn't like that before. It was like, you know, we all
how I learned podcasting was Howard Stern.
Right.
How I got into podcasting was watching people like Gilly and Wallow. You know what I'm saying? Academics, watching them type people. So you put the two together now, what we doing with it, with our generation of this media thing, I feel it's beautiful. I feel it's in good hands.
Yeah.
It's in good hands. Y'all ain't got to worry about nothing. You gatekeepers, hey, just open the gate. Let us slide through. You feel me? Let us slide. Let us slide through. We gonna put up the banners and everything. Don't worry about nothing.
That's right.
It gave people their voice again.
Yeah.
Whether it be good or bad, because I done seen some crazy things. I've seen some crazies.
The good, the bad, the ugly. I mean, I find interest in it all though, and I think some of the stuff that is just out there real wicked and wild is maybe for the best, right? Like, we don't necessarily need to create a standard for each other, but some of that stuff really puts some shit into perspective real quick for me. I'm like, okay, well, we ain't gonna be doing that, or maybe we need to be doing that.
A lot of
like,
people,
open up a little bit.
The moral compass got put upside down. The moral compass ain't what it used to be. Even on this camera, you should still have morals about yourself, how you present yourself. You're not only representing yourself, you're representing your people around you, your peers. You're not doing it by yourself.
Yeah.
For the longest time, I felt like, hey, yeah, I'm doing this by myself, whatever. Hell no. Because sometimes your peers give you motivation to even cut your camera on.
Yeah.
Even cut your camera on, even have something to talk about.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? And like, and
we stay humble, people. Stay humble.
It's true. It's true. And it's how you stay motivated, right? Like, I mean, there's days, today was one of them. And not that I didn't want to talk to you, but there was some big things happening around on the West Coast. Nah, come on. Now, on the West Coast, you know, like a super cyclone is like tearing people's lives up right now. People don't have, they don't have their lights on and their houses are getting taken out and shit, like, you know, things like that. And so it's like, all right, well, hold on a second. Like, let's, you know, maybe we should reschedule. Maybe we should do this. Maybe we should do that. And then I got a few messages from people that were like, hey, I really want to watch the show. Like, is there any way that I can like peep it, you know, once I get to some service? My phone's almost dead. And I was like, who am I to say that we got to postpone this? Who am I? Like, who am I? No problem. I'll send you the link. Like, thanks for coming through. Like, who am I to say that we don't have to, you know, we ain't doing this tonight? Of course we're doing this tonight because it's important to, you know, to give back the same way that everybody's, you know, spreads love, like in the comment section, in each other's communities, each other's Facebook pages, YouTube, all of that. Like, yeah, it's an amazing.
That's a different aspect. That's a different aspect and way to look at it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So what made you feel that you needed to get a voice out there in the first place? Like, why were you like, this is something I need to do? Like, I need to be part of the public.
Conversations amongst my peers. We're conversing like this, how we are right now amongst my peers on a day-to-day. And one day he like, you know, hey, you need to put that on camera. You need to cut your camera on and put that on camera. Hey, just go talk to your camera for 15 minutes and send me the video. If y'all wondering, the person I'm talking about is Roosevelt. Shouts out to Roosevelt. If he didn't push that button, I'd have just, hey, I'm just me.
Yeah, but
I come up the old way, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little different.
Listen, when you say I'm just me, like you say it like you don't have, you know, I guess we all have a story, but when you say I'm just you, there was a lot of things that happened to give you the backbone and tenacity that you have today. And like I'm sitting privy to some of this information, but if you want to run this story back a little bit and let people know exactly who you are and why you know.
Before I get into that, my
Mm-hmm.
story, and I feel like I'm no bigger than the next person.
Yeah.
My anybody close to me that know me, my biggest thing that I say is the only difference between me and say Denzel Washington is his tax bracket. That's it. We're human.
Yeah.
We human. At one point, we all used to function together as a people, as one solid people. And now you got all this craziness, all this war, all this chaos. My stuff, my lane, your lane. I'm just me. I'm just me, and I rock with my people. My
Yeah. It's
people rock with
beautiful.
me.
It's beautiful.
So if we can teach others to do the same thing, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But like she said, let me get to it. I
If you don't
got
mind.
I got sick last year.
Yeah.
The people in the comments that's close to me, y'all already know the story. But it might be a couple of things I didn't tell y'all.
All right.
I was ripping and running. Young adolescent, dummy, not not worrying about my health, not making sure I was good. So I got sick, partying, late nights.
Like we do.
Man, I'm old now. Yeah, I'm old now. I don't do nothing no more. I ended up going into the hospital because at that time I started losing blood. Went in the hospital, had a ruptured ulcer. It was repaired. Had 7 blood transfusions. Went under and was gone and came back. I don't know. I'm normal. So the way I say things, y'all just got to bear with me.
Made
I
perfectly good
went
sense to
under.
me.
In a sense, you could say I took the long sleep, and the nurses and doctors the next morning when I opened my eyes let me know my heart did stop. So it just makes you that much more humble as a person. And you go through the mental fights. I sat in 4 walls in a bed for months. Months. You lose your focal point of thinking, you lose your sense of reality. You really go through all those things. You really have to relearn all those things as well. Getting some change later, I'm still doing my rehab thing, taking steps now, walking. For the ones that knew before, hey, yeah, we're making progress. We still working, you know. You just gotta be strong. You got to. And you gotta have a tight or at least halfway right support system. Because everybody that came up with you in the beginning ain't always gonna be there at the end or when it get ugly. And I had some pivotal people at that time that ain't here today. So love yourself, love your kids if you got some, and that little small circle of people that you deal with, that you fuck with. Outside of that, it gets fucked up by you fast.
Yeah, I think that's super important to remind each other that like we don't need to be out here with like, you know, 6, 7, 8, 25, 35 people. Like you don't need to roll that deep all the time. Like, you know, if you need to be that way to go to the club or that's your business. But when we're talking about like your real folks that are there, you know, thick and thin that you need to, you know, putting your energy into, like it doesn't need to be that big because well, because exactly what you're saying, like it's quality over quantity, like through and through. Some of us are blessed with big families, and some of us are blessed with big families, you know, big friend circles, and all of that's great. But like when it comes to really like the people that come through, I mean, it takes a situation like that to really see who those people are. Were you surprised by the ones that kind of stuck by you, or you knew that from day one because they've been the same people the whole time?
By me that are here now, we didn't had war of words. We didn't stop talking to each other. All that. We didn't went through certain things, and it's like, oh, okay, you still here.
Yeah.
Even this and this happened, you still okay. All right, you're here for a reason. Man. I feel like everything happens for a reason. Nothing happens just because. And you meet people for a reason.
Yeah.
It's up to you to figure out what they're here for, but you meet them for a reason. So to the ones that's still here, I appreciate y'all. To the ones I met along the way that's still here right now, I fucking appreciate y'all. To the ones that's not here no more, hey, there ain't no love lost. I promise you. I promise you it ain't no love lost. I wish you well in your future endeavors of your life. But it wasn't meant for us to continue together.
Do you feel like it was hard to like make those disconnects? Because I mean, when I look at who was important to me, before some stuff and before some other stuff and whatever, like we're talking about, people that I call my sisters, that my kids called their auntie, that, that they were really there. And I didn't know you could catch like a sexual harassment charge over, shaving a woman's hair off or whatever, but you learn these things along the way. And so, I mean, when you talk about people who you really like, who you really roll with, and then people who aren't in your life anymore, like how do you come to terms with some of that stuff?
Sometimes you get put in a dark place.
Mm.
Sometimes you get put in a dark place to where you have nothing but time to just look at everything around you over and over and over and over and over and over. You talk to less and less people reach out to you. It gets smaller and smaller on its own, and you help it get smaller as well. So you got to bridge the gap. Snoop Dogg said that. He said that. I promise you, he said that. You got to bridge the gap. It's not meant for every single person to go with you. And sometimes you got to go through something.
Mm-hmm.
Your ass got to hit the ground. My ass hit the ground. To the people that know me, my ass hit the ground.
Yeah.
So, okay, you're gone, you're still here. Oh, okay, I ain't heard from you in like 4 months. It gets that way. Some people reach back out. Some people you try to reach out to. If they don't reach back out to you, leave it that way.
Mm.
Leave it that way.
Yeah. Filter out the things that aren't necessary.
You only giving them space. You only giving them space up here. All you doing is giving them space up here. That's only gonna tear you down.
Yeah.
And if you're not living for you, and what's the point?
Do you feel like if you slide go through, filter out the noise and then bring it back, that like obviously that little bit of discomfort brings all sorts of joy and love and kindness, like the good from doing that like far outweighs maybe like the little bit of hurt that happens while you're kind of going through that. Like, is that what you're saying? Well worth it.
Your peace is what matters. I say it just like that. Your peace. And if your peace means you have to let go of some people, let go of certain situations, flat out, if it's not what's not for you, it don't got to be monetary or none of that. You'll know who's for you and who's not for you. That's how you decide. Some people make that decision for you and just exit themselves out of the situation.
Yeah, absolutely. So where did music fall into
Positivity,
all
though.
of this then? Like, because we sit here, we talk about positivity, and we're really good at like finding these quotes of the days and the motivational mantras and all of that. But like, where does the music fit into that? And like, where does like, does that become the mantra? Because when we talked earlier, like, obviously music is something that's super therapeutic for you, something that is, you know, super therapeutic for the people around us. Like, where does that fit into all of that?
That's what, okay. When you get in certain aspects of your mind, you hear a white noise.
Yeah.
When you get into a certain deep thought about things, you hear a white noise. And it don't go nowhere. And the only thing that take it away is music. So now you find yourself listening to them oldies that your parents used to listen to back in the day, like, oh, I'm grown. Oh, hey, this was a slapper. Okay. And now you listening to new music, modern music. It gives you a chance to let your mind breathe. Your mind is a frequency, just like the music is. The right music lets your mind breathe and let your mind heal. Your mind can't work the way it needs to if it ain't healed.
Yeah.
It takes scars just like your body do. Your third eye, your aura, however you want to say it. If that don't heal, hey, you gonna be jacked up. You gonna be messed up out here for real. Shit. I mean,
I want to take this time real quick to just, for you guys that are in the comment section, we love you. But for those who don't know, your third eye is called your pineal gland, which is a lot why we call Pinecase. Not only is it talking about like you being, you know, not a mental case, but a pine case, somebody that uses that third eye, somebody that taps into that space in their mind. And there's a lot of ways to get there. Like you're talking about, you know, there's certain frequencies that you can use. 432 hertz, I believe it is one of like the, you know, the frequencies of harmony. And we've talked about it on the show before. And we've done a little bit of research, and we'll throw the link in the comments for you guys in a little bit here or whatever. But there really is some frequencies that settle better with people, and it doesn't have to be the same for everybody. There's some that are kind of like an umbrella that make all humans feel human again. But there is some that are really specific to, like, you know, sleep and to communication and to healing and to, you know, all the things that you need to move on with your day wherever you're sitting with. The information is out there, and we'll make it accessible and available to you guys, because it's important, man. No one talked to me about stuff like that when I was a kid. My dad, you know, he always told me about it was important to listen to certain music for a reason. I don't know if we really had the information, or if he was maybe going to let me in on all the secrets onto like what specifically was necessary, because he's
nah, they never did that. They
right.
never just flat out said, hey, look, do this, and this, and this gonna work for you, I promise you.
Right.
Hell no, we didn't get. I didn't. Nah, coming up out of my generation, I'll be 37 this year. If you in your 30s right now, you came up in my generation. We didn't get shit like that.
Nah.
Some things we got from certain people, but immediately like it was supposed to be, hell no. Because your auntie back then, your auntie might have been 10, 12 years older than you.
Right. Yeah, right.
I come from a household where my grandma said, don't call me grandma. I'm not old.
Yeah.
Don't call me grandma. I call her granny. You know what I'm saying? She settled for that. She had to. I wasn't going. I wasn't going. She was going to take something. She's one of them two names. But
that's hilarious.
Our elders was a little hard, and they was a little harder than. Yeah.
We got all the baby pictures with us sitting around on like the on the table with like the ashtrays and the like the cocktails and stuff. Like, I can't imagine sticking my babies up on the table like that. That's like half of our good photos are like that.
Hell no.
Like, what?
One of your uncles walking up on you talking about, go grab me a beer. Here, taste this. Hell no. No. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, see, if you're in your 30s right now, 35, I say 35 or better, because like I said, I'm going to be 37. You done seen some shit. If you was outside, you saw some shit. You see some things.
Absolutely.
I just try to make sure my kids don't get that.
Yeah.
I'm good with my kids not learning half of the shit I learned outside. I'm great with that. If my kids turn into, oh no. If my kids, go ahead.
No, I'm glad you said that because this conversation happens a lot where I get frustrated. I'm like, why does it feel like they're so ungrateful? Why don't they understand it this way? And then, every once in a while I get like somebody in my life who like snaps back in reality and they're like, whoa, no, you did all this hard work. So they never had to learn that way. Like, you, wait a second. And I'm like, oh yeah, right. Okay, fair enough. You know what I mean? Because and I'm not saying that I got, that I'm under any sort of pressure with my parenting. I'm
Mhm.
still blessed. I just mean like the kids in general, like, I'm like, why don't they get it? Why do they come off that way? Like, what's going on? Sounding like my grandma in my old age, right? Like, what? Damn kids. But I'm really like tripping about it. And then I realized
You
like,
sound old than a motherfucker.
right.
Old as
But
shit.
right, but it's because like we did all the work. We already did all of that. We put in the sweat equity so that the kids didn't have to feel that way or learn it that way. And I have to be reminded of that every once in a while. Like that was what
I
all that
caught
was
myself.
for.
Yeah, exactly. I caught myself telling my daughter, the age you're trying to get to, I've already been there. And
Right,
my grandma used to say that to me.
right,
Because I used to cut up.
right.
Cutting up. And she looked at me one day, she said, how old are you? 17.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, I'm such and such. I'm in my 40s.
Yeah,
About to be 50. You know what you're trying to do? I done already did.
yeah,
Nothing here is new. So that's why I say I'm just me. I'm just me. I'm a father, a, a little brother, a big brother, an uncle, a nephew.
mm-hmm.
Hey, covered up out of California, period.
Yeah,
If you make it out, you make it up out one of the sections or areas that's known for extra shit going on,
yeah,
then hey, you doing something.
yes,
So hell yeah, anything in my generation that made it to this age, yeah, we old motherfucker. We wake up, our body snap, crackle, and pop. We sit there and contemplate getting up sometimes. Like, nah, I'm good, bro. My knee hurt. I don't even know why my knee hurt, bro, but I'm good. I'm cool. I don't even want to go outside no more. So it's all right. You
isn't that the
just
truth? It's so
it's
true
a
though.
cycle. It's a cycle.
That West Coast
It
thing though,
is.
it didn't stop at the border. I don't know. We don't really talk about it maybe as much as it has been kind of like exploited a little bit in the media and in culture the same way. But it didn't end at that border, let me tell you, because there are some areas on the West Coast of Canada that are, I mean, different faces, same atmosphere, same, I actually like, and for the people that are watching that are sitting back home right now, like we actually put out like a public service announcement to say that we acknowledge, everybody that has passed in our community, in our hometown, like,
Mhm.
because it was like, we were putting out posts every other day, like, RIP to so and so, and we try and do it up real big for, and I was like, this is wild. Like, I don't even, we're not talking about big cities, like we're talking about small communities, and when you go through them, it's like it's similar. It just wasn't it. But I say all that, and then I think about the riots, and I think about some of the things that have happened historically, and I'm like, yeah, maybe I'm speaking a little bit out of term here because I don't know if it's really like that up
I
here.
wouldn't say out of turn. I would just say we're on a fucked up hamster wheel.
Hmm.
And the person that's standing behind looking at the hamster wheel is afraid to stop the hamster wheel and see what happens if he turns it the other way.
Yeah.
Hey bro, you turn this the other way, bro.
Hmm.
It might be something better on the other side, bro. It
Right.
can't be no worse than what we already going through on this motherfucker. You got people that walk around on this plane and say, I'm living in hell.
Yeah.
As a kid all the way up to an adult, that's somewhere where you go when you do bad, yeah, right. But now you say you living in it, and this is supposed to be smiles and Hallmark cards,
Hmm.
peaches and cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Hey, look, keep your mental right, keep your peace at peace. Don't let nobody fuck with that. And
Yeah.
rock with the core people that you done went through a little something with that then showed you what they need to show you, or you need to, man, look, keep it small, keep your head down, make your money, and raise these kids to do something better than half the crazy shit you did, because I did some of that shit too.
Wise words. Yeah. Wise words. That's beautiful. And it's so poetic in a way that like it feels like it should be the standard, but it's not. And it feels like it should be common knowledge, but it's not. And sometimes it takes each other reminding each other that we really need to like do all of that, you know, and to like be cool with our friends when they're acting a little bit. There's some things I'm like, what are you up to? And then I'm like, wait. No. All I gotta say is I love you. That's all that matters right now. You know what I mean? Oh, that's all you have to say. You don't need to fill it all with a bunch of nonsense all the time. You can just say I love you. I care about you. That's it. You know, you don't have
Or
to
how
like
many times you done looked at your kids getting ready to do some shit that you know they do, and you just look at them like, you know what, today your ass got it. Because
yeah.
I did that. I remember you got it today. All right. I
Yeah.
catch you tomorrow's problem, but all right.
Right. Yeah, it's wild. That's wild. What are you listening to
And
these days? Like what is putting your mind at peace and what's keeping you level-headed and comfortable?
mainstream, Mozzie, Big Extra Plug,
Mm.
T.I., a lot of oldies. A lot of oldies. I'm young, but I'm old at the same time. You know, like early 2000s R&B, 90s R&B, 90s hip hop. You know,
I never thought
underground.
the fact like to think about Ti being oldie, like what is going on? Is it really like that? It's really like that.
Yeah, they got
And
good music. I don't know what y'all
I,
heard. They got good music.
no,
They
I
got
just
good
mean like,
music.
of course. I just mean like, are we referring to that as old? Like, if we are really that age where it's like my kids only know Snoop Dogg as like a cartoon character, you know, extra on the Addams Family, and I'm like, what?
Huh? What you said? What you
Right,
said? Snoop, mommy, I like Snoop
right.
Dogg.
Mm-hmm.
What you mean you like Snoop? Oh shit, he is a kid. Ooh, back in my day, baby, he was beating murder cases and then singing about gin and juice and running around with their bro. But you're right. He's in a car. Okay, all right, yeah, that
Right.
happened.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah,
That's wild.
I think I told this to my big brother the other day.
Yeah.
My generation seen some shit. In my 36, about to be 37 years, I done seen some shit. That's why I say, hey man, be humble, live life, you know what I'm saying? Hey, live life. Shit. Life be life, and as long as your energy is where it's supposed to be, you ain't gotta deal with no low vibrational shit.
Yes.
Last couple days, I had to deal with some low vibrational shit.
Yeah.
Put your headphones on. If you ain't listening to me, Miss Campbell, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't trying to butcher her first name. Give me a second. I'll have it. Give me a second. I just didn't want to butcher it right then.
No, you don't even have to butcher it. I've been calling myself Casey for so long, but my full legal government name is Kalisha Campbell, and it's not.
Wait. I'm the Casey.
Yeah. Mhm.
She was a member back in the day, y'all. She was a member. She was a member.
I have to I
No,
was like, what is gonna happen? Everyone's got stage names. I'm like, listen, I don't even know which one we're gonna fit and use these days. We're just gonna go ahead. This one has less, information attached to it. So I'm just kidding.
of
Well, maybe
course, of
not.
course.
Maybe not. Right.
I don't know. I don't know. I just like for real.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I went through some of the hardest things a person can go through in life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Divorce, your health dwindles to damn near nothing.
Yeah.
You feel like you're gonna get took away from your kids. Hey, man, look, you're always who you were. Understand what I'm saying to the people that's looking. You always who you were. You just made a couple of repairs on some shit you didn't know how to do back then. So now you operating the way you need to operate for yourself. Some of y'all gonna let that go over your head and say I'm just trying to be philosophical.
No.
Say it makes sense.
No. That's probably the real.
Well, Cat Williams say everybody got haters.
Mm-hmm.
Cat Williams say everybody got haters. So somebody out there in the hater world gonna be like, oh, he full of shit. He's just talking. Hey,
No,
go
that
live
ain't
life.
talking. Yeah, and it's not just talking. It's like you can ask two different crowds of people who I am. And use me as an example. It's an easy example for a lot of people. You ask, different people what's up, and they'll be like, nope. And then there's some people that's like, "Mom, she's got my kids right now. What do you mean?" It's not. You know what I mean? It's nobody's business. But I know what you're saying. Like, we all have moments, and some moments are longer than others, and that's fine. But we've always been who we were in the beginning, and all of that, colorful or harder or challenging or blessed some of those things, like, that does not necessarily take away from what it was, and always all it did was add a little bit of character or a little bit of zest or a little bit of interest. I don't think none of that takes away, and I feel that way, like, as deep as it can go. It's why we do a lot of work in Corrections Canada. It's why we help people with their resumes. None of those decisions change who you were to begin with, and some of those choices weren't even theirs to begin with. So, like, who are we to say anything about them? Me included. You know what I mean? This isn't about, like, talking about other people's stuff. It's me included. Like,
Of course.
So
like I said, you just live life. You go through what you go through. It's wins and lessons. That's my thing. Wins and lessons. There's no losses. If the thing that people feel was supposed to be a loss, you was actually supposed to learn from. So there was a lesson over there. You just got to go figure out what it was. Yeah. And if you don't, it'll come back around.
Yeah.
It does. It does. Karma's a motherfucker. Energy's a motherfucker.
Yeah.
The energy you think you're not manifesting, sometimes you are, and you don't even realize it.
Yeah.
Hey.
Ain't that the truth?
Music clears all that. It helped you get through all that. I promise you. It helped me get through the pandemic. It helped me get through what's the proper term? C-19. Yeah, all that.
Yeah, COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Can on like talking about like resilience and things like that, like we got a lot of dudes out here that chime in, and I've been bringing up our hotline a lot lately because it's wintertime is coming. Those numbers go up a lot, and I don't even mean to sound sarcastic. I really do mean those numbers go up a lot. So hashtag 988. That's both for the U.S. and for Canada. That'll take to who you need to talk to when you need to talk to them for any reason. It is the suicide hotline. Goes around. We also got our own, and it's a little bit more casual than that, but we do the good work as well. And we got people out there, and Calco will throw it up in the comment section. But my question is like, when you're going through some of those things that are like maybe heavier than usual, like, and music doesn't feel like it's enough, like, what are the things that you're doing to get to be here? Like, is it just straight to the headphones? Is it like you're reaching out to your homies? Like, what is it? I'm not saying that you're like that deep into it or that you need to be using this line. I just took advantage of the moment so that the kids in the comment section know what the numbers are. But what is it that you're doing? Are we out here doing breathing exercises? Because when we talked before this started, you came in like this, my guy. And I'm like, I'll take.
I was vibing to my music at the time.
Yeah.
I was just in my, you know what I mean? Like, when I say I love music, I love music. My cousin, he's in the comments, King Rose, put out an album. I cried too.
Yeah.
I called that man in tears. You can ask him. I promise you. Yogi put out a song, All I Got. I called my bro in tears. Like, I love music. It's a frequency about music that heals for real.
Yeah. As a feel, it's not that it's for me to be like, it's so attractive when men, are sensitive, and because it's not my place to like take advantage of you, like, trying to feel good. But there is something really important about a grown man who isn't worried about those moments of like vulnerability, you know. I feel like there's too many times where like, you know, kids are out there trying to like suck their tears back into their eyes and trying to act hard and all of this stuff. So for you to say that, like, yeah, that's worth its
To the
weight in
people in the
gold.
comments, hey, the toughest man you know that then went to jail for something cried when them bars closed and them lights went off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you're really a parent with your kids, yeah, when you're not around your kids, that shit breaks you the fuck up.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? This stigma, oh, men are tough, men don't cry. Yeah, all right, that's cool. Some of your biggest crybabies then committed some of the craziest crimes in America. Because the stories is out there that men sitting in their cell and hundreds of cellmates hearing these men cry and weep because of what they done did and the horrors they have in their dreams and in their everyday life. Man, look. Man, look, you better go shed you a couple and go on about your day. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, just being in tune with yourself, that's another form of peace.
Yeah.
No, you're not publicating, oh, I cried today. Oh, I shed some tears. No. In your time of your peace and if that's what you needed to do at that time, then move on with your healing process, or hey, you get through a situation that was tough than a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Everybody got to remember we're human. Hey, look, the AI is what's in these computers and shit. When a computer or one of these AI bots start bleeding, send me a picture, a video. Let me know.
It ain't.
I'm human.
Yeah.
I'm human. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm not programmed.
Yep.
I'm not a program. You can't download nothing into me. You can't upload nothing. You can't take nothing away.
Yeah.
We're human.
Yeah.
Once people get back to, oh, right, we're human. Oh shit, I'm human. Oh, right. Okay.
I had this wild experience the other day where there was a bunch of us outside and it was nothing abnormal. It was a bunch of, you know, a bunch of just regular folks, middle-aged, you know, moms out there doing a yoga session, whatever. And every single person was so uncomfortable because of the temperature. We wanted to take our shoes off, our socks off. If we were at home in our yards, we would have been like half naked by then, like, you know, and we're all trying to be like polite to each other, right? Because we don't know each other like that. We all just signed up for some sort of like retreat or whatever for the afternoon. And everyone's in there sweating and looking all uncomfortable and all this stuff. And I was like, man, I can't even like. So I kick off my Converse, pulled my socks down, whatever. I don't get. I'll roll those in a ball and shove them in my back pocket. It's not a big deal. Those are my socks. We ain't that funky. And the right the instructor turns around and she was like, now is the time for everybody to take their shoes and socks off. We're going to practice grounding today. And which is actually like a big thing. It's huge in the mind culture. It's huge in a lot of cultures actually, but to ground to like,
I was about to say, like, that ain't nothing new. Now they just want to make money on it. But
right.
I digress.
But what's wild is this woman was like, oh, you're already on top of it. Like she thought like I was trying to, be like, I knew what was happening. No, I was uncomfortable and I wanted to be comfortable and I wasn't worried about what everybody else around me was doing. And what was wild was she was so in tune with what her job was that was the next thing on the list. So kudos to her for having her schedule right. But what was so wild to me was she pointed it out.
Programming.
Like, right?
Oh, that's programming. Oh, that's horrible. I feel for that lady when she go home after work.
Right.
She don't know what to do. Don't know what to do.
My point is the same like when you feel like you need to cry or you feel like you need to take your socks off or what, just do those things. Like I don't know where we forgot to do those things. When did we stop doing the things that make us feel comfortable? I remember, a homie of mine, he asked me for a toothpick and I spent like 4.5 minutes trying to figure out what that was code for. Meanwhile, we just finished eating beef jerky and he just needed a toothpick. And I was like, he's not actually going to ask me for a toothpick. Like this must mean like, that's how like,
if America Hey, America, Canada, all over the world. If y'all don't realize how desensitized the human race has become as a whole,
Right.
when you sit in a restaurant at the table, where the food at, just got done eating. Somebody say, hey, let me get a toothpick. When you Google what toothpick,
Like got an Urban Dictionary.
yeah, right. Yeah, right. Pull out an Urban Dictionary. What's a homonym for toothpick? What?
Right.
I need something to pick my teeth with. Like, if I'd said it that way, you understood a little better. But we're desensitized.
We're so desensitized. And here I was like, there's no way he would be asking about something so intimate, or like it wasn't.
And that's literally what that man meant. I'm trying to get something out of my teeth right now.
Right. Let me be comfortable, and
Yeah.
and it's like I see that kind of stuff all the time, like all the time. It's hard for me not to like reach over to people and be like, I really do think I really do think it is just that simple. Like, I don't think we need to be out here that uncomfortable. We don't need to be in 16 layers of clothing trying to prove a point all the time. Like, it's okay. If you need to sit in that sweater for a couple of days because you're not ready to have a shower quite right yet, that's none of my business. Like, when did that
That
change?
ain't none of my business, but hey, you wait. Hey, y'all out there in TV land, don't be sitting at home marinating for 3-4 days. Look. I understand what she said, but
you know what I mean, though.
Sitting at home marinating. I get what you.
You know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
I don't ever want that to be a reason why somebody doesn't sit next to me on the couch, you know what I mean? Or why somebody doesn't ask me a question. I don't ever want that to be a reason. Like, if that's what's up and that's what you needed, like, I don't ever let that be a reason not to come and hang out or be a part of my world. Like, that's where I see this like sanitized and that's fine. We don't need to be funky. We really don't need to be funky. But I just mean, like, when did that stop? Because if you were my baby, it would not be even a thing. Like, listen, I mean, I would have thrown your ass in the bathtub, but
true,
it's
very true,
right? But it's the same thing. Like, why? I don't know why we started treating people a certain way, because of the way people have always been. Like, I don't know why I went down that road, but it's just been something that's been bothering me this last couple of days. I've been seeing these situations where people are really like hard on each other for it. And I'm like, that doesn't look any different than any of the things that we've been always doing. Like, do we need fake eyelashes to hang out on a Tuesday? I don't know. Like,
I'm gonna say something, and to a lot of people, they'll relate. You'll probably even relate.
mm-hmm.
Everybody in prison the same.
Right.
Understand the ideology of what I'm telling y'all out there in TV that's watching this. Right. They wear the same shirt, same draw, same shoes, same, you know what I'm saying? 1-piece, 2-piece, whatever. Everybody wear the same shit. Only thing wear something different is the guard, the captain, and whoever they little peoples is.
You're right.
But everybody behind them walls, they the same. Now you break it down into your colors and you say, okay, well, whatever. Initially, everybody in the motherfucker the same.
Yeah.
The only thing different is the people in the clothes. It's all the same.
Mm-hmm.
We all people. We all human. I promise you, the lady that's eating at Fox Hills Mall is not better than the lady that's eating at Tam's. I promise you.
Yes.
I promise you. Hey, the only difference is tax brackets. And you never know, that rich lady just might be eating at Tam's. I've seen some shit before. I've seen some shit before.
Yeah, listen.
The rich people like eating on some ghetto, on some soul food shit. Yeah.
Exactly. No, for real. And yeah, I don't think that when I look at it, even when you're saying like Canadian, I've started like referring to everybody that's on this continent as American. And as a Canadian, I feel like we need to rep that, and that's fine. But when did we really start being worried about those? We don't need to go back into the history of like colonization and all of that stuff. That's not what I mean. I just mean, like, earlier when I was talking about the West Coast, like when we talk about West Coast, even like West Coast hip hop, like it's interesting because that, I do a little research. I've been around for a little while. We've owned studios in Vancouver and in Edmonton and things like that. And it's wild to me because like we talk about it so separately. Like when you guys talk about like hip hop culture down in the States, do you guys consider Canada as part of like West Coast versus East Coast? Because I feel like we've never really we don't have that like that's our music. We listen to it, don't get me wrong, but I have never heard anybody claim West Coast as like a shoreline.
Well, I get it. I mean, technically down in the States it is a shoreline, but I mean even up the way, if you go up, it's still a. But okay. I get what you're saying as far as in terms of hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
Yes and no. Like we recognize everything that comes from Canada, of course. But once everything comes down here, they get to picking and choosing and selecting and politicking.
Right.
Drake is out in Houston with Jay Prince.
Mm-hmm.
Tory Lanez is on the East Coast.
Right.
With Dave East and them.
Mm-hmm.
You got some that come to you see Drake came and he did things on the West Coast, but do they just come down here like, oh, this Canada?
No.
I ain't seen one do it, and I feel it's horrible. Because there's a lot of good music everywhere. It really is.
Yeah.
I didn't heard some boys from across the water that can spit some bars. I didn't heard it. I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
So nah, they don't come down here and rap like they should. Didn't nobody know Tory Lanez was from Canada like that till he got locked up.
Yo, no,
ain't nobody start screaming he was from Canada till he got locked up.
Listen,
no one started screaming nothing about Drake until Kendrick.
No one talked about it. It is crazy. So the Juno Awards, which is like our Grammys, basically. I
know about them. I never viewed them, but I've heard about them. Yeah.
Okay, so the Juno Awards, they decided to drop the reggae category because they didn't need it. Now, I might catch shade for that, but I don't care because I was one of the people that were in the background lobbying, being like, what is going on here? And thanks to people like Kieran Hart and Kirk Diamond who came through, you know what I mean? There was a lot of people in the background building lists. And it wasn't until then that I was like, people were like, can you get us lists and stuff of Canadian, either Canadian Caribbean artists or people who are, specific to like, the hip hop culture. We're going to, how do you even put those things together? Because it's really tough when you talk about reggae, right? Because there's, Canadian, Caribbean Canadian, anyways, it got crazy. It wasn't until then, we're talking years later. This just happened this year where I was like, Tory Lanez, like, wait, what? Because he doesn't even really like represent himself as like anything less than Caribbean. Period.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first seen Tory Lanez, I thought he was a Dominican from New York.
I
ain't gonna hold you.
Yes.
When I very first heard of Tory Lanez, but once if you love music like you say you love music and you listen to artists and all that, you get to learn where artists are from. When they said he was from Canada, I'm like, oh,
right.
Okay. But you do all your rapping in the East Coast.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, that's cool.
It doesn't make any sense.
21 Savage. Yeah, Atlanta. As soon as the court case comes, you from across the water.
Yep.
Why you didn't tell nobody? Well, damn. Why you ain't put your people on?
Right. I don't know why that's. I don't know if it's because you guys have such a solid foundation when it comes to the music industry. Like, I mean, that's not just no shade to Canada, because honestly, there's some big things happening here all the time. We just don't, we just go about it in a different way. And you guys definitely have the entertainment industry locked down. I mean, we can argue.
Do people not remember who the Beatles are?
Mm-mm.
I'll be quiet. They was popping millions in their own country before they came to our country.
Right.
Then they came to our country and toe up all over again.
Right.
Like they was something new. But again,
Something.
if
Yeah.
you know music and you love music, you knew about the Beatles before the Beatles came to America.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. But I don't know. I feel like we kind of lost that along the way. I feel like a lot of the younger kids, they need to be proud of where they come from, no matter where that is or what that looks like. Like, you know what I mean? And
Indeed.
whether it's ramen or tomahawk steak or whatever, it don't matter. I feel like we really need to be proud of what it is that it was, and that gave us the strength and the resilience to get us. Because it's not. I don't care where you came from. It's not easy. The same way you're talking about these rich ladies eating this poor food. It's the same thing. Like, it doesn't really matter.
Hey. Back in the day, it was a rich white lady that loved fried chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, it was a black lady that had a little bit of money, who had a little more than normal money, who liked fish eggs.
Right.
Hey, go do your history. All I'm saying. Yeah, you'll see a rich lady in the hood buying a taco or something off the street corner. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's genuine, it's real.
Mm.
So many people that are afraid to connect with oh man, listen. I love my state. I love my state, love my city. I done lived all over my state.
Yeah.
Bring your ass to LA 1, 2 in the morning, get you 3 tacos.
Yeah.
Or on a Sunday. Low rider night. What? Hey, you reconnect with life.
Yeah.
Because everybody's so fascinated with their phone and social media. I was a kid. I was outside. I was getting cuts and scrapes and shit. I still got some shit from when I was a kid. These kids nowadays get paper cuts and screen rash from stepping their screen so much. I made it a phrase. Yep. Mm-hmm. It don't make sense.
No.
Get back to life, and I promise you to get better. I promise you.
Buy your kids a trampoline. Frick, $50 off the marketplace. Honestly, it's the best money. I have never spent better money.
Low key, some of the funniest things you'll see your kids do on the trampoline. I promise you.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like the neighborhood. Oh my god, it was like $50 for like a used hoop, and like I don't know, $120 for a trampoline. And at some point in the last few months, they have come together. Trampoline and a basketball. But I was like, these kids really out here like hooping and like, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
A couple bucks.
Well, I mean, shout out to the trampoline parks. And if you watched all type of crazy things on TV, then you watched that rare little section of television where they had people playing basketball, jumping on trampolines and things, doing weird, crazy trick shot, jump shots.
Okay.
If you know, you know. Yeah. It's like old school box tops. If you know, you know. You had to be there.
Right. Okay.
But now you got trampoline parks. You know what I'm saying? Kids bouncing off of walls and all this old shit.
Yeah.
Got kids jumping 20 feet in the air to hit a trampoline that's like 40 feet down there type shit. Y'all kids, when it comes to shit like that, y'all brave.
Yeah.
Y'all got it. Kids, mind you, we wasn't doing no shit like that. But we was flipping on dirty mattresses that had springs coming up out of them, man. Running through back alleys and and running off to the lake when we were told not to go to the lake, but we went anyway. Got in trouble and caught fish.
Every day. Like,
yeah. Or down in the city, running through the malls, cutting up, getting in trouble. Yeah. Being in a part of extracurricular activities.
Yeah. I'm cool with the kids getting their hands dirty, honestly. They don't need to be out there like I was. I mean, that's what all the hard work is for. But I really do think that there is so much value in getting out there and getting the fresh air and like, yeah.
Why they don't? By 2050, a 10-year-old will be able to run a AI that digs holes.
Right.
Yeah, no, go get your ass out there in that dirt and go dig that hole for me.
It makes, when you said that, I was like, I felt gutted. Like, it actually hurts my feelings a little bit. Like, great, that's fine. Learn the technology to do the job because we need to be, learning, but learn why it does that in the first place. Like, get out there with your, I don't even care if you wear mud boots or gum boots or, you know, whatever, like just get out there and get your hands dirty. Like, you know what I mean? You need to understand why the technology is there in the first place. It's the same reason why I think that everybody that works in a kitchen should start as a host or in the dish pit. Like, learn the stations. There's, you know, oh man, out here preaching to all the kids all day. But for real, I could sit there and do that every minute of my life because I just want them to like feel what it feels to not have to worry, but also know that like people did, you know, worry about it for a second, like finding that balance.
Of course you don't want your kids to worry.
Yeah.
But you do want your kids to know what it's like to go to work and go make that money and go make money, go make their own money.
Mm-hmm.
We can set our kids up for generational wealth until we blue in the face.
Right.
And then we get in that, oh, okay, all they know how to do is go spend money.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how to make it come back. They don't know nothing about investment properties. They don't know nothing about this 200-unit apartment complex downtown, and all they want is $50,000 for it. Yeah. Teach them something. And teach them how to value the money before they old enough to learn that it don't mean too much or nothing. But hey, yeah. They learn something though. They really get a life lesson from that for it. I dug the holes and bricks and all that. Yeah, I did all that.
Learn how to pay your taxes and change a tire before. I mean, that should be part of the curriculum before, you know, sin, cost, and tan. But yeah,
I got a question.
There.
I got a question.
Yeah.
How many things in school do you use right now, right this moment?
To be honest, the only things that I utilize like every day, I had a really cool like career and personal planning teacher. She caught me smoking weed out the back door, almost got suspended, and then she made me do public speaking for her grade 10 cap class for like 4 years of high school. So really the only reason why I graduated, probably. And so yeah, I value what she taught me, but that had nothing to do with like math or, you know, science or anything like that. She just like seen an opportunity, was like, I'm going to get you to talk to my CAP classes about some of the things that you go through in your, you know, your day to day. And yeah, but I mean, that was a person, that wasn't the system, right? That was like a person who took a chance. I don't think that that's really part of anything that's, I don't know.
And don't get me wrong. There were some things in school that were core that they were teaching. Mm-hmm. Kids don't even know what cursive writing is no more.
Nope.
The kids, what is that?
Right.
I signed my name in front of my kids one day. Daddy, what's that?
Right.
It's my name. That's not your name. And then I took another piece of paper and I spelled it out that's my name.
Yeah. And it's not just that, it's the books that they're taking away. And you know what? There's some books out there that I'm like, yeah, I don't really need my kid to read that. It's not the book. It's the lessons that came with the book that I'm interested in them learning. The discomfort that it felt when we read, a Patch of Blue or whatever. I mean, I don't ever want to read that book again. It was great, but it's the discomfort in a social setting that gave me the resilience to be like, that's fine. We're cool. Like, it's the lessons around the books. It's the lessons around these lessons that I'm concerned that we're getting rid of, you know?
Oh, it's a lot of that going on. It's a lot of that going on.
Yeah, you guys, it's heavy down there though, hey, in the States. I mean, I've heard some horror stories about you guys' education.
The World Trade Center came down, they still sent the kids to school that day.
Right.
Matter of national security, you still send your entire nation's kids to school.
Right.
But then y'all wonder why we question how that happened.
Right. Yeah. What do you think?
Y'all come for me. It's a big LA. Y'all come for me. Don't say nothing to her. Yeah, y'all come for me.
Listen, it don't matter. I'll tell you right now. If you can come for me. Go and watch Wag the Dog, Zeitgeist, Loose Change, and Network. You come for me. I already done my research. You don't have to. This ain't it. I've been out here since before YouTube. That's not a big deal. But what do you think is important?
I like that. I like that.
all good. But what do you think are important things before we sign off? What do you think is important for these kids when it comes to this education system? What do you think that these kids should go in there and demand to learn from their teachers?
Question everything.
Ah,
As a kid, you want to learn something, you want to know. Question that shit. Question everything they tell you.
yeah.
And now y'all got something that we didn't have as kids. Y'all got a phone, a tablet, computer. Research. So you don't believe what your teacher talking about? Go research it yourself. Go do your own research. It's a whole lot of parents that's mad at what I said, and it's a whole lot of parents that's gonna love exactly what I just said. Go do your own research.
Yeah, that's smart.
Hats off to the parents that do the homeschooling and they teach their kids both sides of history. It don't make sense.
I watched my nephew the other day, like 10 years old, and pull wrenches on like an old Chevy square body. Like 10. Homeschool.
I ain't gonna hold you. I can't even do it. I can't even do that.
I was like, oh, like, wait a second. He's got, all these animals, does all the things, like he understands. Listen, homeschool your kids. If you can't homeschool your kids, yeah, ask questions. Tell your kids to ask questions, question everything. And don't just take the first 3 things off of Google. Like, it's not what Wikipedia said. Like, get in there and like read around a little bit. You know what I mean? Books are everything, because they'll tell you where they did the research from. Like, a lot of kids don't even know what the in the back where they can go and look where the research came from. Like, yeah, get in there. Get your hands dirty. Get your hands dirty with your education.
Yeah. Y'all kids got way more. We had to go to libraries and sit and read, and fucking read. And hear this old ass lady walk back and forth, putting these books on these shelves and shit. Talking about some shh. Lady, leave me alone. That's what our parents had to go through. We had to go through it a little bit until they gave us a little bit of leeway. But then we fucked that up with LimeWire and FrostWire and download songs we weren't supposed to download. Hey, look, this music shit go deep. I come from that. You know what I'm saying? I come from putting your favorite song on your MySpace. But, another conversation. Enough that. I question everything.
Yeah.
Research everything. It's a lot of shit out here they don't tell you. Go get to it. I scream at my kids to learn something. You got a phone in your face. You got a tablet in your face. Fucking learn something.
Yeah.
Real for real.
Amen to that. Amen to that. You guys, you heard it here first. Big LA is not joking around with the no BS talk. I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. I've said it a few times.
Hey,
and I'll say it
gratitude.
Yeah. Much love and all the respect, honestly. I don't take it lightly when people come through, you guys dedicating and donating your time to Pinecase. It's a big deal to me. It's a big deal to Calico. And today was definitely one of those days. You caught me kind of on, I was like sitting there trying to hold some tears back for some personal things, but I do appreciate it on a personal level for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it on a business level for hanging out with me tonight. If you guys haven't already, please go and check out Real Talk, No BS. It's what everybody needs.
Look, like I said, life be lifing. Life be lifing.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming back. Don't worry about nothing. I was down for like a couple of weeks, holidays, all that. I kind of all ran in all together, but don't worry about nothing. Y'all see me back around here. That's if Casey want to deal with me. Y'all see me back around here again. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't going to give away the secrets because we've been talking on the DL, but we'll make sure everybody knows what's coming up and what's happening like that. I'm not getting away from me that easy. I absolutely enjoy your company.
Of course.
And I think the world needs a little bit more of that. Yeah. All right, you guys, for everybody that's been hanging out with us, I see you. We see you in the comment section. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I do want to take the time to say DJ Rob Presents. He's got a show coming up that we're doing harm reduction at. It is December 13th in Merville. It's going to be the Friday the 13th before Christmas, which is like a mix up of Halloween and Christmas. The vibes are gonna be tight. DJ Lyles.
I'll be in the crib. I'll be in the house. I'll be in the house, y'all. Don't worry about nothing. I'll be in the crib.
Friday the 13th before, come on, it's like the Nightmare and Friday the 13th. No, DJ Robbie Rob has got the list. The sets are fire. We got DJ Alga's gonna be there. Aspen King's gonna be there. There is Old Man Noises. There is Acid Santa, and of course DJ Lion, who actually did a live stream the other night. Listen, this kid is the same age as the kids we were talking about. We're rounding 11 years on this earth, which is not very long. So for kids out there turning tables like that, it is fire.
I seen Little Buddy. I thought, I ain't gonna lie to you, I thought that was somebody like, hey, my kid thought he could do this. And then I went back, I seen some of the comments. Oh no, Little Buddy really do this.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, I know 10-year-old kids can't do half.
Right. Yeah. No.
Hey, I was one of them 10-year-olds.
Right. It's wild. And the thing, so when we did our bursary the first go round, and we're going to be opening up applications for our bursary coming up here pretty quick, but to talk about the last year's bursary, when we're talking about 457 applicants, and this kid, he came through with the words, he came through with the performance, and then explained to us why music was important to him. And it is so impressive because he already had the foundation. He wasn't like, this is what I wanted. He's like, I was born to do this. This is what I'm doing. I'm going to be doing all these festivals. I've already been doing these festivals. And I was like, damn. And then we sat back and watched him do it, like festival after invitation, after conversation, after live stream. I was just like, he is not playing. So anybody that gets to be a part of that kid's, come up or has been a part of it since the beginning, like someone like DJ Allgood, who put him on way back. It's just an absolute privilege. I hold a small piece in that kid's life, but I think that what he's doing is remarkable. And I love the idea that he's utilizing music for his mental health, and not for that be my space to talk about, but it is something that we've talked about on the show before. So anybody that's kind of got a reins on that part of it too, just like you, who can sit there and be like, music's important to me. Music is what makes me feel good at that age. Yeah, we're all here for it for sure. So yeah. December 13th in Merville. You guys go and grab your tickets. Pre-sale tickets are $35. You can go and get them. Actually, I got to post the poster right up after this, but for those of you who haven't seen it yet, you can go and check out DJ Robbie Rob. He's got all the information. We'll throw the tickets in the comments. Big LA, thank you so much for hanging out.
Hey, it's the guy, man. Hey, y'all know what it is, man. Hey, it's boy Big LA, never ever the little. Real talk, no BS. Street draft meeting, late hour show. Roosevelt show. Hey. We good people. We do good shit. We done been through life, but that don't make us bad people. That just make us seasoned. That's all.
There you go. We'll throw the links to where you can go and find him as well in the comment section. You guys, we're not going to see you over the weekend, but we'll see you next Tuesday. Until then, stay safe. Bye for now.
Hey.
Blood my pride washed down with some saliva. Reinvented my whole life, mental MacGyver. One door shut, another open up wider. Listen, battle drums in the distance, moving with enough force like army tank pistons. Pray for the strength of Jah to fight resistance. Fight mode, shields up, moving with resilience.
The strength of 1,000 lion and the strength of 1,000 giant. Please stay strong. Please stay strong. With the strength of 1,000 elephant and the strength of 1,000 tiger, we stay strong. We stay strong. We stay strong.
The further you take my rights away, I'ma run to it, refuse to hear my voice. Speak loud when I spit it, but you don't get it. You just wanna be a side critic. See somebody else showing hate in the side of the road with it. Now how would you feel standing on the sideline and watch the color of a nation deteriorate over time? The flag real high but compassion 6 feet below. Now you're searching for that justice that decided to never show. Deny my place and back with a trace. Keep up the pace, tight lace, game face. Get back in the race. Whatever they did could never be undone. Every dark night ends with the rising of the sun. Squandered every wealth that's built from the mud. Squandered every wealth that's built from the blood. Squandered every wealth that's built in chains. Stolen from the ancestors,
With
running
the
through my
strength
veins.
of 1,000 lion and the strength of 1,000 giant, we stay strong. We stay strong. With the strength of 1,000 elephant and the strength of 1,000 tiger, we stay strong. We stay strong. We stay strong.
I can see, run to the light at the end of the tunnel winner.
We stay strong.
I can't breathe, we're gonna get oxygen without the justice system.
We stay strong.
And I know, gotta keep my head together.
We stay strong.
Don't doubt me, please don't doubt me.
We stay strong.
Tell me how can we be strong if we still shooting? Tell me how can we be strong if we still looting? Tell me how can we be strong if we still hating? Please tell me now, please tell me now. Tell me how can we be strong if we're still divided? Tell me how can we be strong with egos inflated? Tell me how can we be strong with so much hunger? Please tell me now, please tell me
With the
now.
strength of 1,000 lion and the strength of 1,000 giant, we stay strong. We stay strong. With the strength of 1,000 elephant and the strength of 1,000 tiger, we stay strong. We stay strong. We stay strong.